A franchisee sits at a metal desk. The air smells like grease and old paper. In front of him, a default notice from Yum Brands. Mandatory digital upgrades. Required restaurant renovations. All due by the end of the fiscal year. Behind him, a stack of unpaid vendor invoices. And on the spreadsheet, glowing on his screen, $903 million of debt. That was the weight. On one company, NPC International. Corporate demanded more spending. The franchisee said no. Yum pushed harder. Then, July 2020, NPC filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. How does the biggest pizza franchise in the country go broke with $1 billion in red ink? Who loaded the gun? And who pulled the trigger? To understand the collision, you have to go back to the asset that created the leverage. The red roof. For decades, Pizza Hut built massive dine-in locations. A red roof was a billboard, a destination. But by the mid-2010s, that model was obsolete. Domino's had perfected delivery. Papa John's had the better ingredients argument. Meanwhile, Pizza Hut franchisees were stuck paying rent and utility bills on giant dining rooms that families no longer visited. NPC International owned more than 1,200 of these Pizza Hut units, nearly 1 out of every 6 in the country. They also owned almost 400 Wendy's, and they were carrying nearly $1 billion in debt. By 2017, Yum Brands had a problem. Pizza Hut's same-store sales were down 7% in the US. Taco Bell and KFC were growing. Pizza Hut was a dragging anchor. So Yum CEO Greg Creed announced a $130 million turnaround plan. Digital upgrades. New point of sale systems. A delivery-centric model. But here is the tension. Yum Brands had been systematically shifting to an asset-light franchise model. By the end of 2019, 98% of their restaurants were franchisee-owned. That meant the cost of the upgrades fell entirely on the franchisees. The same franchisees who were already bleeding cash on empty dine-in rooms. NPC International CEO for the Pizza Hut division, John Weber, laid it out in court filings. The franchisees were facing a perfect storm. No sales growth, volatile commodity costs, rising labor wages, and then the killer. A dramatic increase in the company's leverage over the past 2 years. Translation: corporate kept demanding investments that NPC could not afford, and the debt kept compounding. At the end of January 2020, NPC defaulted on approximately $800 million in loans. They stopped making payments. Lenders stepped in. A forbearance agreement bought time, but the clock was ticking. Then March 2020 arrived. COVID-19 shutdowns. For delivery-heavy chains, this should have been a lifeline. But for Pizza Hut's dine-in red roofs, it was an execution. The stores were not designed for carryout efficiency. NPC's debt, already crushing, became impossible. In July 2020, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The restructuring agreement was pre-negotiated with 90% of first-line lenders. But the damage was already visible. NPC and Yum agreed to close 300 Pizza Hut locations. Most of them were the dine-in red roofs. A graveyard of pizza buffets and salad bars boarded up across 26 states. What followed was an auction, a fire sale of the remaining 927 Pizza Huts. But even the sale process became a war. Pizza Hut LLC pressured NPC to delay the auction. Corporate was terrified that hedge funds would buy the locations and strip the brand. NPC cancelled the auction in December. Then, in March 2021, the Flynn Restaurant Group stepped in. They acquired 937 Pizza Hut locations and 194 Wendy's. The price, $816 million. NPC International, the franchise giant that once defined Pizza Hut's US footprint, was dissolved. But the aftermath is still visible. Drive through any mid-sized American city, you will see the deserted red roof buildings. Some have been converted into churches, laundromats, or wholesale carpet outlets. Others are simply empty. A physical ledger of the franchise rebellion. The brand survived. Yum Brands continued to collect royalties, but the franchisees who built the system, the ones who paid for the upgrades and the renovations, they got the debt, and then they got erased. Thank you for watching the Faultline Files. If you want to understand the hidden levers that move the world's money, like and subscribe. More forensic deep dives are coming soon. Stay tuned.